Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
What's our name?
Well, men! Men on the
Are you ready?
Well, men!
Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to the New Generation podcast on the Backbone Wrestling Network. I'm Tim Slomka.
I'm JP.
Thanks for joining us again. As always, we're on a journey to relive the New Generation era, to find the best and some of the worst of a wrestling time period often forgotten. Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 92 to Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 97. Look down pay-per-views, examine the weekly TV, see what worked, what could have worked, and what failed. JP, how's life?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good. Sorry we missed a week there. Just a little bit of under the weather and traveling and stuff. So we're back on it. So
yes, sir.
Change of weather. It's been my weather's down. I was down. The kids were down.
Dude,
JP was down.
Flu ran through my damn house on my birthday week. Yeah, it is. Yep, that's what it is.
It is what it is sometimes. All right, so we're gonna get through some super. We're getting close to this.
SummerSlam.
To SummerSlam 1995, King Mabel's ascension to the throne. So we got a few superstars Raws the next two times, and then we'll be at the big pay-per-view coming up. So a lot starts happening at this time frame too.
Yep.
WCW will start picking up on the Nitro side, and probably talk about that after SummerSlam too. So things start really picking up the next few weeks.
Yeah, because there's quite a few Raws that are not. That I think they missed like 3 after.
Yeah, because the U.S. Open. Yeah, they got the U.S. Open. And, tough. Yeah, WCW played it right. So I remember coming home and watching it and be like, yeah, what is this?
Exactly.
So we got a little work to get there, but ready to go. So we are on the August 5th Superstars tape that same weekend. They did all the tapings back after In Your House 2. So kind of everything's kind of going off of that. We start with the opening clip about the announcement about an interim president, Gorilla Monsoon, is coming in. Of course, we talked a little bit last time or 2 times ago about Jack Tunney just kind of randomly announcing that he's done. But here's more an official announcement. So kind of interesting there, and we'll have a ruling on him later. But something big they wanted to make an announcement of, make a big splash on Superstars. So. That's been known. And then we get Sonny versus Shawn. Or sorry, it kind of feels like it, but Sonny versus Skip. And why'd you get that one?
No, Shawn versus Skip.
Oh my God, whatever. They were together. Shawn and Sonny are definitely banging. I get it's like one of those things where the Freudian slips.
Sonny versus Skip.
Yeah, the Freudian slip. You can't stop it. So why'd you get that match?
Right. Yeah. This is like the loser gets cucked match.
Yeah.
This is what like the sad tale of the Clique all wrapped into one right here. This was so obviously I'm gonna show off and kind of bury your boyfriend match here, but damn, Candido looked good, or Skip looked good in this match, and showed like he can hang with these guys. I really thought they had something in him, because not only was he like a good worker, he was also pretty good like stooge and character also.
Yep,
so,
very good.
And he was so good in ECW with it. Smoky Mountain. It's just, the Clique politics got the best of him, like they did, a few other guys in this era. So it's not just him. Having Sonny kind of hurt him. I mean, it probably got him in the door, but it also hurt him at the same time. But good match. Like a really hot start. Shawn grabs the mic mid match, which was kind of weird. Like, out of nowhere, just grabs the mic and starts talking. Then Horowitz comes out with his buttoned-up shirt, looking like it's so weird, like how they make him look with this. But like it's like they like, hey, let's as Jewish as much as we can with this outfit here. Like I don't know if that was their idea of.
I think so. Well, the music's coming, so we know.
Right. Yeah. So it's playing to the stereotype. Then Shawn hits the Sweet Chin Music for the win. Pretty solid match, I thought. Then they do a thing at the end where like Shawn acts like he's gonna kiss Sonny, and Sonny's all like hot and bothered, and then he turns the other way. So it's like just playing more into the gay stripper vibes, like he doesn't want to kiss the hot chick. But I thought it was a pretty fun match to start with, and should have been like a launching point for Skip as a kind of mid-card wrestler, in my opinion.
Yeah, It was a good match. I mean, Vince was all about this. This is his wet dream match, you know.
Right.
It definitely, Shawn was over the top towards Sonny.
Oh God.
Sonny was also looking great
Yeah.
as well. This is like peak of her time, you know,
Oh,
before it starts falling apart. You know, when Shawn comes out, Vince goes, "Oh my goodness!" When Shawn starts dancing, it's so weird. Shawn's also getting fireworks now, so you know that increased production of we've talked about a little bit. A couple of these guys, Bulldog and Shawn's getting the love this way too. You know, even at the end, this is the first time they've really also played off of Sonny's sexiness during the match. You know, and like kind of being a distraction, and she goes for Shawn instead of Skip. My notes are just Skip's very very solid. I'm not sure when Skip and Sonny end up breaking up, but like this could not have been a fun night afterwards. Like,
right.
It's kind of like I mean, I kind of get some of it that they play. I did like the fact that they got Horowitz out there. Like, I thought there was a good use of like keeping that feud going. It's just like Shawn seems like he's going for the Intercontinental title. Seems like he's kind of moving up to that world title and hang with Diesel. It feels like he's the wrong person for him, but they're probably just like no one charismatic. Like, you couldn't do this angle with like Fatu, right? With
exactly.
like calling. So it's probably just they're going to use him as utility guy. So it's fine. It was a good match. And then we get a segment where Howard Finkel's like announcing this new Cage magazine, and Shawn Michaels in his shirt. Like, Shawn Michaels strips Howard Finkel. Like, I just again don't know what this is for. This is like multiple times we've seen Howard Finkel naked. Like, I don't know what it is, but
I don't get the humiliation tactic.
It's
if
like
you want
95.
To make,
it's like 95 is the year of Howard Finkel being naked.
Well, it's like if you want to make it in Hollywood, kid, you got to get embarrassed or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he's been there 20 years. It makes no sense. So very, very bizarre segment there to go on. So I don't know if anything you want to add to the match.
No, I just thought it was a good, solid match, and it was a little better than I thought, actually.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, it was very good, entertaining. But you just like the writing on the wall of Skip and Sonny and things like that. Like Shawn using as a power, like he clearly asked for this. Like, they're clearly banging or going to bang. Like it's just all those things, just not good. So we get the SummerSlam preview show. We get this where Vince is with Gorilla Monsoon saying he's the most fan-friendly. He's going to be the most friendly president. He says, I don't really like the Sid versus Shawn match, which is kind of funny. He's like, let's get rid of that. And we get Razor versus Shawn in a ladder match, recap of WrestleMania 10. I kind of remember like that being like, oh, can we do something different? Like two different guys. But I think what I heard and read was the pay-per-view was pretty weak, like a looking card. They just didn't think they had anything on the marquee. So they wanted to go something splashy. So they went with this match. Ends up being a good match, we get there. But, they're just sort of like, hey, what are we selling this card on? And just don't have the legs right now. So they went for this move. But cool idea to use Gorilla Monsoon to do that. I remember being so pumped about him being like, oh, this fan-friendly president. And I think it happens for a little bit, and then just nothing comes of it again. Because I remember being like, oh, they really sell it on, like, he's going to do things for the fans. And I think there's a couple things that happen. And then by the end, it's just like, okay, he's just Jack Tunney.
Well, right. I like Gorilla better than Jack Tunney. He's not as dry. He's got a little bit more. He's more familiar, being a commentator and everything. Yeah. Like, to me, this is like my era with Gorilla as the president. So he gets involved, early next year in an angle that's pretty good. But happy to see Gorilla. He feels more commanding, like when he makes the decision going forward. So it's pretty good stuff there with him. And changing the card up, there was they did look at the card supposedly and saw that it was a little stale. And I don't know if rumors of Nitro coming out were already out there and they feel like they needed to kind of up their in-ring work a little bit right now. Because we'll get like 1, 2, 3 Kid and Hakushi and stuff like that too in this card. But and also Bill Watts is coming in soon. I don't know if he's here yet, but he'll be kind of like a month-long run as the like quote unquote booker or whatever. So we're gonna see some changes.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
And then we get Jean-Pierre Lafitte squash next. So kind of they talk about how he stole the head from the Bret head from Hakushi. Right. Kind of confusing, but kind of really pushing that feud now. and talk about. They kind of mentioned a little bit like Shinja's gone and Kushi is kind of maybe waiting off of Bret, so they kind of bring that up.
Right. Yeah, it's weird to have Bret with all these different dudes going on at once, and Isaac Yankem and Lawler and Jean-Pierre Lafitte stealing his stuff. So he's just caught in limbo right now. Then another guy who's in limbo is next is Bigelow. He has a squash versus the future D'Lo Brown. He's AC Connor here, so that was kind of cool to see him get his little try. I
didn't even notice that. How did I miss that?
Yeah, that's D'Lo Brown. So he's going to be a jobber for like another year or so, and then he kind of is in the background of the nation when they're a thing. But yeah, he's going to be AC Connor for a little bit.
Okay, AC Connor. Okay, didn't know that.
And then we get the Allied Powers versus a fucking weird tag team of the War Machines.
Yep.
Weird masks. Yeah, I was like,
they came back with this.
Right. I was like, who the hell are they? I tried to look up who they were, even like if they were a tag team, under a different name or something, and I couldn't find anything on them. So yeah, weird team, but Allied Powers go over, and they're not going to be long for this world, obviously. So
yeah,
we're going to see another shift there, and then that also goes into a Isaac Yankem vignette. So these are kind of wearing a little thin now. It's the same, in the office. I'm surprised he hasn't had like a match or two by now.
Nothing.
To kind of showcase the in-ring stuff, but I know he's still kind of green. He's still learning the ropes, but you got to put him out there in front of the audience at some point to kind of, pitch how menacing he can be or something. We haven't seen really anything from him yet.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's kind of nothing. The skits are getting old. It's kind of not that. I also can't stand Doc Hendricks. He's terrible. He does an interview with Mabel as well during this time, and he's just brutal. It's just very brutal discussion. I think they go into a little bit more about the ladder match too. So I like that they bring that back around
right
during this time frame. So like, okay, let's really talk this up. And then we get a combo match. They kind of. I still don't understand these ghouls, where this goes to, where this is, and but they seem to spend a lot of time on it. The Creatures of the Night. So like, they keep bringing them up. I just don't know if it goes anywhere. So that's definitely a priority for them, but it's just a weird one.
Yeah, it's almost like Undertaker has his fan club or something. But
but I just don't know if it goes anywhere. It's just
right.
I don't get it because Kama's not. If Kama was like attacking them, like I think that would be a lot better.
Right.
Like doing something, but he's just not. He's just doing nothing. So it's just like, all right, he's just kind of.
Well, it makes him look like a bitch too, where he gets scared of like they come bring flowers and he gets scared. Like I don't understand the meaning behind that, but it's a weird thing.
Then we'll move on to Raw. Some superstars.
Nope, I think we're good.
All right, this is August 7th. So again, taping from the same taping. We kind of talked about last time where they have this like match where they cut off the middle. So again, they're going to refight the match and restart a fresh match. They treat it like it's going to be the following week, but we know it's taped the same weekend. Why they're making Yokozuna go? I'm looking up the last match. Last match went 8:45. This next match goes 14:25. Like, what are they doing with Yokozuna?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, I think the crowd too, like, is like dead for this second half. I thought they were so hot for the first half. The first Raw match, but this one they're kind of dead. It comes again, maybe history of WWE is not perfect on this chronological, but it looks like it comes right after it. So the crowd is just not biting on it because they just got, which I don't mind, right? At house shows and stuff, like that's the bait and switch, right? But like if you're gonna do it right afterwards, like no one believes it, right? Like there's zero momentum for any pinfalls. It's really kind of annoying.
So I'm a couple of house shows I've been to, and even like Raw and the Superstar tapings back in the day, they would definitely do this. Like they would do the match, like a bait and switch, and they would kind of take like an extended pause to give the guys a break. Like you're sitting there in the crowd, like what the hell's going on, and then they just go right into the next match, which it is kind of lame, because the guys are just, if you're live, you're just seeing the same match over again, pretty much. So. But yeah, that's their way of kind of
Yeah.
getting 2 for 1, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. And it definitely hits the crowd. Like the crowd is definitely all about it. The first match, and I get the house show, like or bringing it back the following week. And then we get Owen and Yoko win, obviously keep the titles. So kind of crazy with like Razor losing here. Like he kind of was lost before, which just feels like a weird thing that like Razor would ever lose. But like,
Right.
we're probably just setting it up to have it mean something. Owen and Yoko, like they don't fight at SummerSlam, do they? I don't think they're.
I don't think so.
It's
No.
weird. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, so weird setup there that they keep them strong. I get you're not going to have Razor and Savio win,
Right.
But that goes. And then we start getting the make a difference spot too. We talk about this sometimes. We kind of miss some of this, some of the promos in between, like exact order. But we get make a finish spot two. We've had Dean Douglas. We get a Gold Dust one. These are really like just a lot going on right now. Like they're really trying to get all these promos over. Dean Douglas also grades the match, has been grading each match, like kind of after a big match. So it's kind of cool. And then we get make a difference spot two in the ring after a promo from him. He wears a hat during a match, which feels weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of nothing match,
Yeah.
kind of out there. And then we get a quick another comma thing. Psycho Sid calls in during this and kind of bitches about the match and Gorilla Monsoon. We'll also get again the Creatures of Night with comma. I'm not even sure the Sid calling is him either. Like it's just very weird.
Right. It did sound. I had the same note. It sounded kind of subdued for him.
Yeah, right. So maybe it was him and just like the connection, but it definitely didn't sound like the normal Sid we're used to.
Right.
Which you would think this would be. Like you think he'd be crazed because he lost his title shot. And we get again a lot of the same stuff we saw in Superstars. We get the reenactment of Gorilla Monsoon announcing the ladder match. We get the SummerSlam match, and I love that Mo, the way he talks about Big Daddy Fool. I love it. I actually love when he says it. Like he just over pronunciates it. So I like that. And then we get our main event with Mo versus Diesel. Why don't you get that one?
Yeah. My first note on here is seriously, Diesel never really wrestles on TV that much, and we're saving him for a Raw main event against Mo.
How dare you?
I get the storyline.
Yeah.
You know, that Mabel's going to – I get that. I get that's what it's for, but it just it's so weird seeing – like, that's like a trivia question. Like, the rarest guys that main evented Raw before, you know, Mo did. So, yeah, weird. Mabel comes out during the match, and then Shawn comes out to kind of even the sides. Shawn is definitely still in the spotlight from Diesel now. Like,
yep.
You know, as far as the whole picture goes, the Vince fawning over him, the crowd's kind of into Shawn more. Diesel's just kind of playing second fiddle. He just doesn't have the same connection with the crowd. Diesel ends up hitting the powerbomb on Mo for the win, but Mabel gets a hold of Shawn and kind of like injures Shawn. So to me, Mabel came off really good in this whole segment. Like, you know, Mo was a sacrificial lamb, took the pin. Diesel, you know, did what he was supposed to do, but Mabel kind of took out Diesel's boy, so that was a good segment. And I don't know why, but there's like a couple guys that historically suck or like look really bad, but to me, Mabel in this little run, like since he won King of the Ring, has looked pretty good. And then even like we mentioned earlier, Dean Douglas, like his vignettes have been kind of good too. Like it's at least creative, like where he goes over the match and mixes in a definition of a word in with what happened in the match kind of thing. So some guys that are like historically wrestle crap guys actually haven't been that bad right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought Mo was very good here. I thought it was a creative match. Obviously pretty standard at this time, right, where they would have this type of thing where you got a kind of tag team guy fighting Hogan or something like that. And
right.
The other, you know, we saw like the Genius and stuff like that. So, you know, with perfect. You've seen this before.
Yep.
Right. Vince says mid-match, Mo is doing very, very little scientific wressling. Mo hits a sidekick, and Vince immediately says, "What a maneuver!" I'm like, "How dare you're such a piece of garbage?" He's just like trashing on Mo, and then he doesn't even know a sidekick.
Exactly.
Shawn takes, of course, the biggest beating of the match. I think it's supposed to be like he's pretending like his back's hurt. Like, should that be Diesel? Like, technically, Mo takes out.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And Mo keeps saying this is all part of the royal plan. Doc goes over the top about like the royal plan, and King does too. I forget which way one. Yeah, Doc's maybe on Superstars, right? King, I think, is for this one, but it's just over the top and it's super annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of get that this is the plan all along. Like, I guess take Shawn Michaels out. It wasn't very clear, but that's the plan they had. So
right.
Anything else?
No,
because I literally have my next worst, so it must have been the next thing. Because Superstars, I put this is the August 12th one. I say Doc is the worst,
no.
and that's my first comment on him.
I don't know if you follow much like current wrestling discourse or anything like that. I don't really watch the product, but I listen to like a lot of podcasts.
Okay,
I know the product, and the big thing right now is like Booker T winning, I guess, the worst announcer for the Observer, and like everybody's losing their mind saying he's not that bad. Listen to Doc Hendricks in '95 if you want to hear a terrible announcer, because he makes you just like want to fast forward every single time he's on the TV. Like, he's so overboard. Yeah, and I think it's because he's like not happy with just being an announcer, and he's trying to like get himself over or something.
Clearly, but, yes.
They were never going to put him in the ring. He's still a young guy. I see why he wants to wrestle, but I don't know. It's just way over the top, and
he's trying way too hard.
Yeah, he's not a free bird. Like, he's not. They don't want him to be a free bird. They want him to be this Doc Hendricks guy, and it's just, it's brutal.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, we get him annoying. We get Akushi versus Elda Montoya as kickoff. Elda Montoya, when it comes out, I joke he gets the lowest pop I've ever heard. It's a fine enough match. Elda Montoya is a guy that kind of is just here and there around, like clearly a click guy, so he gets brought in a lot. But fine enough match just to start off. Kind of something we'll see, a little bit more as they just start building up these superstars a little bit. For like, it seems like they're kind of refreshing them. I also read that they're kind of getting rid of some of the Wrestling Challenge tapings. Yeah. So it feels like they're going to have a couple more of these matches, like a little bit more big time, which is, good to see. Yeah,
we're getting in more like work rate type of guys too.
Yeah.
Going back and forth with each other. So it was, like you said, it's just fun, for what you're going to get out of Superstars. This is the kind of match you kind of want to see. So it was pretty good there. And Hakushi wins with the headbutt. Triple H versus Brickhouse Brown. Yeah. Do you know who Brickhouse Brown is?
I have no idea. Sorry.
He's a Memphis guy. Long time. He's from the 80s, like late 80s. But he's a big time like shoot interview guy. Hilarious. I'm talking some of the best shoot interviews you'd ever see if you see his Brickhouse Brown TV. Crazy shit. So when I saw this, I was like, holy shit, Brickhouse Brown's on WWF. Didn't expect it. But if you're not into that kind of stuff, it's just simple squash. He gets a little bit in on Triple H, but not much. Well, he's not Triple H yet. Hunter herself. Yeah. So not that much of a match. Then we get like our SummerSlam report again, kind of breaking down the going over the ladder match again, with Gorilla Monsoon hyping up the change. Then we get this 10-minute challenge with Barry Horowitz and Skip. So kind of the through line has been their little feud, where Horowitz just has to survive 10 minutes to win the match, which I don't understand because he's already beat Skip. So I don't know why he has to survive 10 minutes since he's already won. But that's the thing, I guess.
It's a common gimmick, though.
Right, it is, but it's just weird. I thought it was actually pretty solid, though. Solid back and forth. Like, to me, this is the run of like Skip. This little month he's been in has been some pretty good stuff. Sunny is really great outside too. Like, she's working the crowd and like really into the match. She's actually a pretty good manager as far as being outside. And then they have like the countdown clock on the screen, so that was a good touch. The match really didn't like work to the clock, where like you see a bunch of fast.
It's always hard.
Yeah, So the best ones are when like WCW like the TV title or something where they're racing against the
Announce
clock,
it, yeah.
right? And it's a bunch of like pinfall attempts and stuff, and that's the good stuff. But this was still pretty good nonetheless. And then the clock runs out and Horowitz beats the clock. So
Horowitz wins. Horowitz wins.
yeah, and then he did it again, right? So Michael Hayes, Doc Hendricks was trying to ape Jim Ross's call, so that was terrible on his end. But yeah, Horowitz does win, so pretty solid match.
Yeah, it was good enough. It's they do make a couple of jokes about this. Can Skip last 10 minutes and can Sonny Gizzens a little bit about that.
Yeah.
They definitely build this up. They're trying to build Horowitz into something, which is nice, a new direction. They really haven't done this before.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of taking a jobber out. I mean, the last one it was probably Danny Davis or something like that, right? So
oh yeah,
that again, yeah, I do the same thing that both these guys are very solid. But it's kind of weird that why is Barry Horowitz he's already beat him? Why does he need a 10 minutes? So just a little bit off place there, but this is kind of a trope. But definitely WCW, I feel love this stuff in the 90s, these 10-minute matches, submissions.
100%.
And then Doc says immediately after the match that Skip and Sonny are going to break up, and it's just crazy saying that and how their lives fall apart and things like that. So kind of crazy. Him bringing that up, it's ooh, a little too close.
Right.
Looking back. And then we get a Will and Mercy squash. It's really weird that the ring announcer comes. Guest ring announcer does this one. So it's kind of funny that they have a guest ring announcer with Will and Mercy, just not the guy you expect, but fight enough match. He's definitely struggling. You walk into ringside, he just looks beat up. He is definitely grizzled to
that All Japan run.
That, yep. Right. Yeah, right. He just the way he walks and kind of waddling a little bit, he just looks really beat up. And then they have a couple more SummerSlam matches. So you kind of mentioned it. Hakushi 1, 2, 3 kid. There's no feud really happening. It's going to happen. So it seems yes, they're thinking work rate for whatever reason. They're kind of hey, let's get some work rate on here. And then they also announced that Ledger Blaze and Bertha Faye. I was going to say Bertha Faye are added too. So just kind of a random match that kind of has no build. I mean, they've had some build, but it's been so long since we've seen them. So definitely a different looking SummerSlam card right now than we're kind of used to. Like we said, it feels like there's no IC title match, or sorry, tag team title match. The IC title match has been revisited randomly. So it looks like it's just a different type of card.
Right.
Anything else you want to add for Superstars?
No, I think with the mid card guys have been kind of holding it down right now. You got Skip, Horowitz, Hakushi, 1, 2, 3 kid has been on there. Razor's kind of a mid card guy. They've all been kind of holding it down right now, and it was a solid little run of television in my opinion.
Yep, pretty good. So I want to get to some rewards. Most new gen outfits.
I'm actually gonna go with Horowitz's button-up shirt on.
Oh my god, great stuff. Very. I'll go with Mo's outfits, the purple. I think it's one of the biggest things that's detriment to them. This purple and black, but not cool purple and black.
Right.
Looking. Most new gen performer.
I gotta go with Skip.
All right, Skip. I'm gonna go Barry. This Horowitz wins type thing is definitely memorable from this time frame. Worst match or segments.
There wasn't anything too bad. I think I'm gonna go with Kama though, because the whole Creatures of the Night thing is just lame and
amazing. I wrote the same thing.
Yeah.
As you were right before we talked, I was like Creatures of the Night.
Yep.
I'm gonna go the same, but I would go Vince McMahon. Doc Hendricks up there. I'm gonna go Doc Hendricks.
Yeah, that's a good call.
But I actually think the Creatures of the Night is actually worse because it's just they spend a lot of time on it. It just maybe it goes somewhere, but it just doesn't feel threatening at all. For what Taker is, right? What Taker's done in the past. This is his weakest attempt.
Exactly.
And then we got best match or segments.
I'm gonna go with the first match, the Shawn versus Skip match.
Shawn versus Skip. I'm going to go Mo versus Diesel. I thought that really set up pretty well. I think Mo was there, good. Mabel looks good, so I thought that was pretty good. Anyone stock up?
I got two. I mean, I could say, I'm just gonna say Skip. I think, his match with Shawn. I think his matches with Horowitz was pretty good, and the involvement playing into the feud was good. So I'm gonna go with him.
I'll go Sonny. Part of Skip. I'm gonna go Skip, but I think Sonny was there good too.
Right.
Kind of building them up. I hope they don't break them up. I just don't remember how that happens, but I think it was pretty good the way they did it. And then stock down anyone?
I mean, I guess I'll have to go Kama. I just in the feud with Undertaker, I guess, but the corporation's dying out. He's kind of like one of the lone wolves of the corporation right now. So yeah, he's trending down.
All right, I'm gonna go Sid. Just kind of taking off the title. That was
the other name I was thinking of.
His promo was a little weak. We really haven't seen that a lot from Sid, so we'll kind of go Sid on that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we got a couple more Superstars and Raws to finish up before we hit up SummerSlam 95, and then we'll get into the Nitro, the real Monday Night Wars start up. So it's crazy to think about. But thanks everyone for listening, rating, review, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.